Если кто-то расскажет мне, как можно снять броню с NPC, буду очень благодарна.
One more question, if you'll humour me. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you? You'll do so much worse by the time I'm done with you.
Still rolling in the muck, I see. Gortash knows you are coming. Knows you have the Bone Lord's stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. He'll find your weaknesses, stick a knife in the cracks and prise you apart. Unless you get him first. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
She's toying with me. What does she want?
You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward! I don't need to. I know what you did, whacking me over the head. Near caved me skull in. I'm gonna knock that smirk right off your face. Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
Something's on my mind.
What do you want now? Then go down to the bloody shop. I've got work to do.
Let's see what this does. What path lies before me?
combat in general. Browse carefully. The weapons are sharp. Hi! Want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing? You look like you know how to use a spear. By spear. What'd you say? Huh? Yep, that's me. Oh, all right. Yes. I just got to find a way to bother him. Without actually bothering him. He doesn't like to be disturbed when he's in the zone, see? Is there anything else I can do for you? Oh, yay! Want more? Want less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye!
Can't talk just now, sorry.
Let me have a little peace and quiet, won't you?
Let's see. No one back home will never believe this.
Нифига, посмотрите. Напился и спит.
I need a quick word.
Before you lies the unconscious body of a mind flayer, glistening and raw.
A newborn. Unattended. How fortunate. Oh, but it is. This one has only just transformed. It is weak, vulnerable. Its potential ripe for harvesting. Go on, kill it. Absorb its power. Just like you did before.
Come no closer, you. You. What are you? What am I sensing? You are like me. Like I was. A vessel yet to transform. Help me. I am so hungry. My vessel. He fought the transformation. He found it excoriating. I can still taste his terror. It is delicious, but will not sustain me. We need to feed. We need a brain fresh and frantic to restore our strength. I sense you are underdeveloped. Bring me a brain and I will help you augment yourself. You are correct. I am ready.
Breathe deep and move. Anything of use?
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. Folks swarmed what little was had, stuffing their pockets. Bloody animals.
Take the wood from the cart too. That'll be good for a fire, if nothing else.
Find us bloody keepers, I say.
Bloody savages, a lot of them.
We're as desperate as the rest of these savages. They just had the sense to move quicker than us.
Back off! I found these apples first.
We got here first, friend. You're welcome to whatever scraps we leave behind.
Dog
Сухарик.
seems wary, sniffing you intently. The dog sniffs your hand and seems more at ease.
Shore up the walls.
Oh, gods! Are they gonna see it? What happens if they don't see it? Yes! Oh, goodness, yes! I am a good dog! Fantastic stuff! Oh, yes, you're lovely. You can come back.
Какая прелесть, боже.
Griselda? No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy.
Whatever the dog thinks, being here is much better than being out there. Right, my dear?
Well, the children can be a touch grabby, but yes, you're quite right, my darling. War is no place for a precious little baby like Biscotti after all.
Found some place we can wash our clothes in.
Heads will roll for this. This transgression.
Хранитель, что ты тут
This
делаешь?
injustice. Oh, you poor, naive soul. Let me tell you a story. A perfectly respectable businessman wants to bring his, well, business into this fine city. And what do? They talk some absolute horse bollocks about papers and correct filing procedures and threw me in this slum. I should be loins deep in Chares's caress by now, not waddling about in filth.
Ох уж эти эльфы. Им бы перины подавай.
We've got to get Grunch into the city, but he's in no shape to travel. I wonder, what if we hid him in a big barrel and nailed it shut?
Nah. Don't know how we're gonna get Grunch into the city, wounded as he is. But we have to.
Now, mind your tongues. Ah! Whatever you need, I can't help you. Even talking is painful right now. Some goblin cultists were about to stumble on where those two bright boys were hiding. So I just kind of drew their attention. The bright boys got away, but I took a hit killing those gobbos. And it's taken its time healing. Thanks for asking, though. Don't worry about my wound. It gives me a reason to keep an eye on those Tangleford bright lads. I like to keep them out of trouble.
Can't stand her, can't stand her, can't stand her! My sister-in-law. All law and no sister.
Actually got here safely. Towing along my wife's sister and mother. Or maybe they towed me along, eh?
My son Garen is pleased we got this far together. But his wife's bitching is making me old before my time. Why can't he tell her to put a sock in it?
What a sad situation. The once proud tieflings of Elturel, reduced to beggars.
What do you make of these protesters? Really? Then we have nothing to say to each other.
Bex died. Bex is dead. I'm alive, but for what? I'm no one without Bex.
Washing my pits, this is the song when up. Aye! Gonna blood not get any bleeding privacy around here. Bunch of perverts, the lot of you.
Извините.
Thinking of trying to get into this barn? Don't. Could be anything, couldn't it? Now off you pop. If you want to chat, talk to Nestor. I like my personal space.
Donations? Very funny. You can make a donation to the refugees, or you can leave.
Well, if you must, I suppose it saves me the walk. But if you're gonna do it, hurry up.
You best not piss away Manip Nestor's good graces. I hear Worms Rock Prison is rather cold this time of year.
I hear you've been given permission to be here. Don't disappoint me.
Блять, нахуй я сюда пришел?
Don't be shy. Need a word.
I say, terribly decent of you to come over and exchange pleasantries. Oh, folk come, folk go. It's a little dull, to be frank. The room next door has rather reeked of late, though. And that's coming from me.
Not as bad as it could have. Light on my feet.
Waldarians! Stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us!
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Ah, another visitor, I see.
Excuse me, brah. You're excused. And that's your brah.
Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in. Soon, there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldurians. Excuse me? I was born inside the city walls, a Baldurian through and through. Wherever you're from, clearly they don't teach manners. Refugees can't stay here in Rivington. They're a danger to all of us.
You've got diseases. Any one of them could be a spy for the Absolute.
Back off and return to your homes. That's an order.
Why don't you protect us instead of these scruffy outlanders?
Cursed put my hands on everything.
Hiya.
No, incapable. Not for you to know. Well, come close. Your mind to mine. Are you satisfied? Keep quiet, and you won't have to find out. All I wanted was a bit of hay, a good brushing, and a clean stall. The simple life. Is that so much to ask?
I don't think I'll ever look at an ox quite the same.
More than a handful.
They let in another horde of refugees this morning. When's it gonna stop?
What do you remember?
Try that raspberry recipe I gave you.
The cold's on our doorstep, and you don't want to talk about that. Can't give up now.
Mummy keeps talking about some army, but she won't tell me anything about it. I'm not a baby.
Would everyone please stop going on about the Absolute's army? Lord Gortash is going to sort it all out. You'll see.
The Absolute army is on our doorstep. You want to live? Get out of here before it's too late.
I'll give it a shot.
Hi. Scratch? I thought he was dead. But you should keep him.
Dringo, get back to work. And you, what do you want? This is a private yard. They're not for sale. These are courier dogs, trained to follow orders, read maps, and protect their deliveries with their lives. They're worth more than their weight in gold. It's the only way to teach him. He behaves worse than the dogs, and makes more of a mess. Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again.
Да сейчас. Надо забрать собачек. Сейчас устроим драку.
Sought a fight, and now you have one.
Тебе бан. Вот и все нахуй.
Ah, a new face. Something to send? Don't be shy. Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed.
Замечательно.
Well, we've had to change the policy. Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they? Not the foggiest. Normally they fly true as an elven arrow. Something nearby is snatching them, I can tell you that much. Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find, bring them back to me, unopened, of course, and there's some gold in it for you.
Let's go. Pigeons are very sensitive. They can't fly straight if they're disturbed.
Excuse.
Name and rank! Quickly now! There's a war on! At ease! At ease! I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Triumpha. State your purpose, Groundwalker. I don't have all day. Damned awful business. Fine flyers, a lot of them. Gone without a trace. Intelligence is in short supply, but we know our enemies flanked us on the west side, not one rooftop away. They're avoiding the whole area. I won't lose one more beak to the blighter. If you pass that way, beware the sign of the featherless wings. From that rooftop, none return.
I've no need of a winged man. Commander Lightfeather will give you your briefing.
A little wet under the wing for our unit. The commander will soon straighten you out.
Quite a spot, eh? Knocks the breath out of me to get up here. But the views are worth it.
Never wanted the easy path.
Very well.
So we should do nothing. Just wait for the next wave.
The hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
Rechtei hathran rust. Frey valdisk durovna. Frey vald iskablast.
He clearly walked into some kind of ceremony, but it's nothing that you recognize. You do recognize the language, however. These people are Gur, a tribe of monster hunters, just like the one you met in the Hag's Swamp.
Im orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking.
А вот это хороший охотник, походу.
The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future. When we sent Gandrel after you, we wanted to interrogate you, to discover how to save our children and then destroy you. But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
Free. Not while his master still lives. But he has perhaps earned a second chance. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead. I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them. If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
Ну, мы в любом случае их разнесем там. Поэтому, ну...
I suppose. Yes. Yes. Revenge, I can do.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done.
Поняла, Астерион?
We are begging help from you, an outsider. I would follow Ulmer to the hells and back, but this does not feel right.
To lose our children is a tragedy. To fail so utterly in saving them is something else entirely. Ulmer insists the tribe is not cursed, but I have my doubts.
Every last bloodsucker.
I pray you will succeed where we failed.
Exterminate every last vampire parasite.
Our dead fought well. They died well. I hope I can live up to their example.
No screaming children. No laughter. No scolding words. There is only silence and pain.
Get in line! We were here first!
I'm not going anywhere. Not till they let us through. We can't get in. I have family here. They said we'd be welcome.
Heartless bastards. If they'd just listen.
Citizens only. I won't say
Damned
it
outsiders. Swarming the place.
Outraged.
Take it somewhere else. My hands are full.
I have something to ask. This is front page.
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around.
Горташ, кажется, зассал.
Well, do you have the means to support yourself? Right. Article 30.1.5 of the Council's Decree on Extraordinary Wartime Measures. I am confiscating that. The city thanks you for your contribution. Your name? I'm doing the questioning here. Last time. Name?
Well met, citizen Fluffington.
Your parasite stirs. From the construct, you feel connection, resonance.
I am a Steel Watcher, citizen. Here to serve the people of Baldurs Gate in the name of Lord Enver Gortash.
State your business. Uh-huh. Eyes open, body still.
Behind the Watcher's gaze, a presence awakens. You are seen. You are known.
Whoa. My engine, it's almost, I don't know, buzzing. Like it's paying attention.
Your party's prior transgressions are reflected in its stare, as witnessed by the cult's ever-alert, scrying eyes. It has heard the howls of slaughtered goblins. It has seen the deep shadows of Grimforge, and the stone floors left bloodied. It knows the cold walls of Moonrise Towers, and the cultists who fell there. The Watcher speaks directly into your mind with a voice like poisoned honey.
You are marked for special treatment. Not simply an enemy of the people, but an enemy of the Absolute. Come quietly, or die. Your peaceful surrender has been noted. You will be transferred to Worms Rock Prison, where you will await further sentencing.
Eat this, you pile of junk!
Villains, take heed.
Gosh damn it all!
Recovery is imminent.
Those little bastards, or I'll have your heads!
Ну да, пошел я нахер.
This unit is damaged, citizen. This unit is damaged, citizen. This unit is damaged, citizen.
I'd probably break his nose.
Better not be cursed.
Look at you. Sleeping over stuff. You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
I don't mind it. Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means we're getting a real room. Looking for lodgings? Don't bother. All the decent places are gone. Damned coronation.
The missus and I have been dreaming about the city. No more sleeping rough. Didn't expect to find it locked down tighter than a watcher's fist.
I found so many victims for Cazador here. They're the kind of people no one would ever miss.
Word to the wise. Give that ill-mate a temple a wide berth. Rude buggers. Certainly not bringing my trade there again. Let me show you. Pleasure doing business.
Bloody ages we spent hiking from Murren. And they won't let us in the city proper. Bollocks. We're adventurous, damn it. Oh yeah? But whoever's coronation closed down city access should get special treatment. Shove off, cock.
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Adventurers get welcomed as heroes, he said. Poxy Drim and his bleeding notions.
Sir, good, sir. Give me 3 days and... Oh, apologies. Thought you were someone else. Greetings, so forth, so on. The landlord, Sir Frago Antuna. A most generous soul, I assure you. How dare you? Accusing an upstanding citizen like me of being a dwarf? I'm a halfling, you oaf.
You'd think a bunch of martyrs would be happy to see a trader.
Frago's Flophouse. Enter as strangers, leave as friends. No vacancies at this time.
Bloomin' hell, you look famished. I've got some victuals that'll warm you right up. Have a skeg at these. That should do you.
We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more are needed.
It's not for the Master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. And once the Mass is done, and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him. Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Petras. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion! It cannot be.
Oh, that's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free.
Of course that's why he came crawling back. He wants to ascend with the rest of us. He heard about the ritual and the power our master will grant us. So he came back with his tail between his legs, hoping all would be forgiven.
You always were an idiot, Petras.
is he hiding? Tell me!
Woo!
Please!
You heard them. Tell me what I need to know. Now!
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace, there's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time, hidden from us all.
I'm going to stop Cazador.
What the hell's happened to you, Astarion? What are you?
I'm more than what I was. And I'm not afraid of anything anymore. The sun can't harm me. Cazador can't compel me. I'm the only person who can stop him. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
Poor fools. They actually think Cazador will save them. Yes, and they'll be trembling in fear when they tell him. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Cazador's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Cazador, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Cazador has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves. Well, yes, technically, only I will ascend and gain the ritual's power. But we're a team. If I become all powerful, then we become all powerful. We are a team, aren't we? You are still with me?
Нихуя ты баклажан, блядь!
Then we'll deal with it. It can't be worse than everything else we've faced. And now we know he's skulking beneath his palace. We can take the hunt to Cazador. All right, let's go. This place stinks of rat blood and despair.
Stupid bridge guards.
Maybe the
dumped a lot of
circus
them.
would be more open to traders?
Look at you. You're exhausted. You've been pulling all night.
Now, what do you reckon, lass? You trust these steel watcher thingamajigs? Aye, I'll second that. It's all right where we can get work repairing them, but what happens when they build something else to do that? It's no good, I tell you.
Let's see what this does.
That shapeshifter's key unlocked the door. Interesting.
There. Someone spilled some blood.
You notice some blood has pooled on the wooden floor. You notice the blood's source. A body hidden under the bed.
Enigma
corpse regards you lifelessly.
Seeking answers. Theon Goldgrind. Murdered by my son.
Oh man, that's awful.
Dolor. Dwarf like me. Dresses in red.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Queen Vlaakith. Skra!
You are a Sherlock, and still you speak my name.
I've seen the captive Orpheus with my own eyes. Spoken to Gestil Kithrak Voss. You lied to us. Enslaved us.
The betrayer Voss lies! I have only a moment, and you, Hasharlak, will listen. We are Githyanki. We move mountains. We snuff out stars. We shake the plains. The traitor Voss has lied to you. The heretic prince would shatter us in an instant. The great dominion shrunk to the head of a pin.
Can this be true? Is the Githyanki prince really a threat to his own people? Or simply a challenge to Vlaakith's rule?
Return to the astral prism. Slay Orpheus the Pretender. Serve me, and I will ascend you. You will be no mere warrior, nor Kithrak. You will be Barta Vlaakith, commander of dragons. My only, my chosen. A final chance. Kneel before me. Make your promise.
Lae'zel's thoughts become yours. The sight of Orpheus looms over her mind. Voss's words echo within it. She means to forever turn her back on Vlaakith.
I gave you my faith, and you called me traitor. I gave you my life, and you ordered your knights to hunt me. I have witnessed too much, and you have given me too little. Finally, I can see. Orpheus will live, and I will hear his creed. This is my word.
Your word is nothing! You are nothing!
Да не бомбит у меня! Ты чё орёшь? А чё они говорят, что у меня бомбит, когда у меня не бомбит у меня?
Dothraki will bring you. I will tear your flesh from your bones and devour your skull's marrow while you beg for death. I will consume you. I will unmake you.
It is done. There is no going back. As long as the Undying Queen reigns, I am never to soar unbound over the astral sea, never to cross the one in the void. As it should be. Better a short life built on truth than immortality woven of lies. Better to unite the Githyanki under a prince who would free their minds and honor their bodies. So why do I feel so bitter?
Vlaakit has upended Lae'zel's whole existence. Everything she knew to be true, every plan and aspiration she ever held has been painfully ripped away. Lae'zel's bitterness is born of sadness. She is mourning the loss of the person she once was, and can never be again.
How well you've come to know me. But in truth, she didn't take everything. I have what I have gathered for myself. I'm more to a new regent, a new land, and new allies. Vlaakith cannot unmake she who no longer exists. And so, from the old battle cries is birthed another. Shma Salar Orpheus, Marstilna Forgin in Yeri. Orpheus's will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward. We find Voss at Sharess's caress and retrieve the key to releasing the prince. Orpheus Tough Kinazin. Vlaakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons, chosen of the Queen Regent. Not since Vlaakith I has a Bart to Vlaakith been anointed. Another empty promise. Only a naive fool would believe otherwise. The kind of fool I was not so long ago. What about him?
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
What harm? She's little, won't take up much space, or make much of a dent in our provisions.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
The cat peers back. You read something in its eyes. Doubt. Resignation, perhaps.
I'm just a cat. But please, talk to Yenna.
Well, why are you so nosy? Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me. But please don't.
First in my heart.
Soldier, my engine. It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could. But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go protect it. Whatever happens after that is between me and the so-called gods. With this heat going, I can't spare the energy to think. I just want to enjoy whatever's left of this life of mine.
Oh, no.
Anyway, it could be worse. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. With who I'm meant to be with. How many people can say that?
We just played host to an undying queen. Oh, and that's without our fine silverware. Lae'zel has courage turning her back on a lifetime's belief. As for us, best we stay out of interplanar politics, I think. Orpheus is on his own. But should great Vlaakit come to settle a score with Lae'zel, well, I might be convinced to kill her. Undying or not, she was very loud. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Haha! A kind way of saying, ye gods, I hope her dusty bones don't break at the first blow.
Я тебе ебальник набью.
Fear not for me. I will try my very best to keep up.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Balduran? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood. I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us. but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
Как же я ору с этого.
I didn't think I'd live to see the day when Lae'zel turned her back on Vlaakith. But all things considered, good for her.
Glad to see I'm not the only one on the wrong side of an omnipotent authority figure. Lae'zel did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such insubordination go unpunished.
Dost thou require a new ally? The girl has left to hew her own path. She left you a letter. Thou couldst read it, or thou couldst not. Such is the way of autonomy. Hast thou other business?
So, it seems that Vlaakith is Lae'zel's queen no longer. That took no small amount of backbone. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
So, Lae'zel's finally seen the light and turned on her mistress. It took a little time, but she got there. Though it's not over yet. Masters rarely let their slaves go without a fight.
Потому что пьянка — это калории, это сила. И пить нужно.
Also has...
You're not staying in a brothel.
Hey, you! I've got a pest problem, and you look like the solution. Bloody gnomes. We need to find where they burrowed themselves up. You! You an adventurer? Looking to pad your purse? Find their foxhole. Bring me their chief's head. The fist will reward you well. I agree. But we can't leave our posts. Not with all the patriarchs meeting in Worm's Rock for the coronation. You've the right look. Solid bones. Steady face. The kind that cleans up vermin for pay. Good. Sniff 'em out. Gut 'em clean. Keep Baldur's Gate safe. Bring the head back here when it's done. I'll be around.
Should mind my step. I'll
You
give it
will
a
when
shot.
you've met the drow. They're twins.
Oh, Father, give me strength. Honestly.
From decadent drow to whip-cracking librarians, we cater to all tastes. See Mamselle and Myra for a full list of company.